at the association. The goal here, if you've ever seen us do any of these presentations, the goal here is that you leave with at least one thing that you can incorporate into your current hiring and recruiting efforts. We know it's going to be a lot of information, and to make sure that you maintain it all, we'll be sending out some information after this that we'll talk about in a minute. But I would love to hear, after we're done with this and we send out some of the follow-up emails, what the one thing you took away from this session was that really you were able to incorporate into your current hiring and recruiting efforts. Go forward, Jeff. So just quick background. I know we have people on this call that have been members for different amounts of time, but ARA is the largest trade association for rental. Been around for 67 years. Just a quick kind of recap. We have over 11,500 member locations, and I like to stress that we have 11,500 businesses that are hiring, looking for staff, training their team, and working on different ways to retain them. Makes us a pretty huge employer nationwide. And of course, we're across 52 countries worldwide, mostly, of course, in North America.
All right, so the ARA Workforce Development. I know you're asking yourself, what do they do and what can I get out of it? So the first thing that I want you guys to understand is we're going to be focusing on a few things, or AKA pipelines, right? So the first thing that I would like to share with you guys is the ARA Job Portal, okay? And that is designed to connect you with the candidates, right? So that's a place where you're able to post your current job openings and things like that, okay? The second thing is ARA Rental Works website, okay? So that is the place that you're able to go to gain awareness and kind of tap into things that is focused on the equipment and event portal as well. So it's a way to bring in some of that pipeline from current job seekers and the student student members, all right? Also, we have best practice documents, okay? So those are those downloadable, printable things that we have already done the work for you. We have already designed it and things like that, where you're able just to put your logo there, or you could tailor it to how you want it, but honestly, it's awesome. So check that out. We have already templates of job descriptions that is there. We have videos there. It's a place where you're able to network. So with Workforce, tapping into me and allowing me to assist you with tapping into local, I would like to say workforce efforts in your area that can also help you gain those candidates. And the biggest thing is the student membership. I sound like Oprah. The student membership. So that is a way that we are able to talk to students or young adults who have not heard about the rental industry, but we at ARA, we want to bring that to the forefront. We want to talk to the students. We want to tell them about the rental industry and the various possibilities that they have if they wanted to focus on that. So the student membership will focus on giving you a solid pipeline of future rental professionals. That is amazing. So next slide, Jeff.
So just to give you guys, I know Erica went over a bunch of stuff there. Go back one slide, Jeff. After this presentation is over, we're going to send you the slide you just saw on the screen. So we're going to send you a PDF, and all those red links are active links that will take you directly to the stuff we're about to talk about. So again, while we're trying to make sure you go away with one thing that you use immediately, don't worry if you don't capture all the information, because we're going to send you this form you see on the screen right now. And all of those red links will be an active link to the material. So we're going to dive into each one of those now as we move forward. So quick history on the workforce development efforts for the ARA. This is a question we get asked all the time. Why are we doing it? What drove these efforts? So this is going to be just a quick overview. As early as 2018, we were hearing from our members that the big challenges they were having were hiring and finding and sourcing employees for their business. So this is pre-pandemic. We were already hearing it as one of the top issues that our members were facing. So that's when the association really started looking at different ways that we could support our members. The first thing we did was we created a platform, the Workforce Development Department internally, and ARA Rental Works, which is kind of our main website hub for our Workforce Development Department. As we move forward over the next couple of years, we were able to dedicate staff internally to the program who really, worked on building out these resources. So we built the ARA job portal that was launched in 2021. And then in 2022, we launched the student memberships. And of course, our focus became more on getting people using the platform. So that's our members, and then externally, the educators we work with, the students that we're working with. So this year, we're really focused on people taking advantage of these programs and resources that we've created. Over to the right, I'm not going to read these, but this has really been our focus, where we've lived to stay really focused on how we can support the members. And if you read the executive summary, we're really focused on generating a talent pipeline for our members, as well as developing partnerships and training opportunities by leveraging relationships with educational institutions of all levels and other like-minded associations and groups. So our entire association, every department, is really focused on this because it was identified as our members' biggest priority over the last 2-3 years. And then it just got even more so as we got into 2020 and the pandemic. So moving forward.
All right, so now it's your turn to take part in this presentation. So let's take a quick poll. So the first question is, are you aware or have you used the job portal? If you would like, please click yes or no.
So specifically, we're talking about the ARA job portal. Are you aware of it or have you used it?
All right, so let's see what we got. Oh, you're muted, Jeff.
About that. Still have a couple answers coming in. I'll end the poll here in just a few seconds.
All right.
So while they're answered, why don't you move forward, and then we can come back to the results. So Jeff, which way are the results leaning? Have people used it or they haven't?
Yep, I'll put the results up here. So 69% have used it, 31 have not.
So that's great to see that this group is more aware than most of the members that we are speaking with. So we've spent a lot of time developing a job portal as a resource for the members. And what we like to say is we've created a better mousetrap. So hopefully on this call, for those of you that haven't used it, you'll get a little bit better idea of what it is. Basically, we created a site that looks a lot like Indeed and other big job boards, where it's only for our members. So exclusively only our members can use it. We don't allow anybody outside, and you post your jobs on this job portal. The big advantage of what we've created is the nightly push out. So every night, the jobs that are on our job portal push out to all the sites you saw there. And that includes monster.com, military.com, Career Builder, Circa are the hundreds of local job boards all around the country. And then all the other sites you see there. It's a big diversity package. And that's what we're trying to accomplish for our members. We're trying to give them one place they can post and get a wider spread of their job openings to a bigger audience. So, monster.com averages 6 million visitors a month. Career Builder's 5 million. Military.com is 6 million. Circa is over 1 million. So the goal here is that we've created a job board that only our members can use, that each night your ads will be pushed out to these other locations. To make everybody have a chance to kind of check it out and use it, we're offering all members 5 free postings to get started. So if you haven't done this yet, if you haven't placed an ad yet on the job portal, we highly encourage you to reach out to Erica or myself or any of our team, and we can help walk you through it. But it is really simple. It's single log on with your member ID, and then you log right in, you create a job posting account, basically an employer account, and you can start posting jobs. You can upload jobs you've already created. You can save them as templates to use over and over again. We tried to make it as simple and easy to use as we could. And it really does operate very much like Indeed or Career Builder or any of the other bigger job boards. So I want to know, if you're interested in learning more about the job portal, I think Jeff just put a note in the chat. If you list your name here, we'll know to contact you after the call in the coming week Erica will reach out to you to directly talk to you about the portal, help you get started. But this is a pretty big resource that we're excited about because we're going to continue to look for partner national boards that we can push the jobs out to. And we're going to continue to upgrade the features and add different things as they become available for our portal. I'm going to actually I'll go off schedule here and see if there's any questions. Anybody have any questions they want to ask about the portal? I think they're on. Can they unmute themselves, Jeff?
They should be able to.
All right, great. If no questions, we can talk about them later, or of course, please put your name in the chat and we will reach out to you after. But this is a big initiative for us, and we're going to keep trying to add features to it ongoing. Next slide. We mentioned that we've created a hub, and what's exciting about this is we're about to do a big revamp of this. But ARA Rental Works was something that kind of was launched a couple of years ago quietly, and now we've gotten progressively louder about it. And what we've tried to do is create a hub about awareness of careers in rental. And what we're trying to really focus on are the different people that make the influences in the younger person's life about why they want to potentially consider one career over another. So we have information for teachers, we have information for educators, career guide counselors, all those different types of people that influence students, information for parents to talk to their children, information for military, as it's a large amount of people that are exiting one thing and going into something else. And then, of course, the student memberships we have. And a story that some of you may have heard that we talk about pretty regularly. My son is 15 years old. He's a freshman in high school. He is going to every "what do you want to do with your life" seminar, meeting, auditorium, presentation. They're giving him every week. And he's hearing about all these other jobs, like working as a teacher or a doctor or a lawyer. Never once has he brought home anything that says about working in equipment rental or working in event rental. And that's the problem. We are laser focused on getting us as part of that discussion. We have to become part of the discussion. I've heard multiple times about construction being a career, and that's close, and I'm happy to hear that, but they don't bring up the fact that more than 50% of all the equipment on these construction sites are rented from our members. And so we're going to keep working hard to make sure that there's a much greater awareness of the lucrative careers in rental, and that's not going to stop. Those efforts are only going to increase. So I encourage you to take a look at rentalworks.com, and in the coming months, it's actually going to go through a complete overhaul because we're going to be adding a lot more resources for the different influencers to use with their range of influence. So we're excited about that. That's there directly for you guys to refer to if you need data for your local efforts, or of course you can reach out to Erica or I. Moving forward, how many people have, you can comment in the chat, how many people have gone onto our website, the ARA website, and downloaded the job descriptions that are there for both the equipment and the event rental industry? Anybody want to speak up that they have downloaded them or used them?
Yeah, so, I downloaded some of them.
Oh, great. Bruce, did you find them comprehensive, valuable?
Yeah, they've helped because I've used those as a kind of a template along with hijacking some other companies' job descriptions and just kind of tailor it to exactly what we're looking for.
That's great feedback. Thank you. Brittany, what about you? You said you guys use them. Have you found them valuable?
Yeah, sorry, I had to find you again. I got too many screens going. Yes, I have gone through and the job descriptions, we've edited them to make them more of what our jobs actually are, but we have found them super valuable.
Thanks. And that's the point. We have, most of our members don't realize that we have extensive job descriptions on both the equipment and the event side currently available on our website for our members. You can download them in either PDF or Word form, and everyone downloads them in Word form. I'm not sure why we haven't have the PDF versions, but you can put your logo on there. You can put your address on there. You can copy and paste into your current stuff. but these were made by HR professionals. They are a great place to start if you don't currently have job descriptions or you're looking for something to use for your help wanted ads. But it's just one of many resources that are already on our website for you guys to use. We have a couple different white papers that were created by our amazing education team, talking about, rental careers, why you should work in rental, digital career guide. And some of these are extensive information that hopefully you can use both locally with your own teams or when you're out in the market talking about why you want to work potentially for your business. So I encourage you guys to check these out. Again, if you can't find them, you call, Erica or any of our team, but they're right under the resources on the website. And it says workforce development, and then it's on the page. You can find all of these resources available for our members. You'll have to log in to your account, but then they're all downloadable. They don't cost any extra money. They're something that we keep adding additional resources for you guys to use. Any questions on those resources? I would love to see more downloads of them. They're really good stuff, and we'd really like to see members taking advantage of that when you have a need. All right, great. So the next big thing that we're releasing comes directly from our members' requests. So don't play it yet, Jeff. The biggest place that we feel we're going to have real influence in the local markets is when you guys start going to your schools, going to your local colleges, your local training schools, and recruiting on your own. And many, many of our members are already doing this. Almost daily, I talk to members who it's part of their quarterly or biannual efforts. And they go speak at schools, they go talk at the different universities or high schools in the area that have tech programs, diesel tech programs, any kind of hospitality program. And so the request that we constantly get is, we don't have anything to show. So what our amazing marketing team at Area has done, and we're going to be releasing this in the next month, is create a bunch of tools that you guys can download and put your logo on. So these are going to include PowerPoint presentations, trifolds, 8.5 by 11 signs, postcard layouts, signatures for your email, and even social media animated posts that you can customize and change for yourself and use when you go to the schools. The PowerPoint presentation is a really comprehensive, amazing PowerPoint presentation about careers and rental, and it allows you to put your logo into it. There are blank slides to add information about your business. And this, we call it a rental recruitment pack, will hopefully help you guys go to schools, go to institutions in your region, and become an employer of choice by being able to talk about the different things you have. Jeff, you can start it so they can kind of see some of the stuff. We're going to keep adding to this, by the way. So these are fully designed. All you need to do is drop your logo on, drop your local information on. And everything's been made for both segments. So there's stuff for event segment, there's stuff for equipment segment. So don't feel that we made the same thing for both segments. And this is just a tiny sampling of the materials. There's going to be a lot more. And of course, the PowerPoint is 20 or 30 slides that you can customize however you want. That'll all be downloadable from the website by the end of July, if not before. Anybody on this call already going and speaking at local schools or universities? I'd love someone to kind of say if you're already doing this type of thing. Well, if nobody is, or maybe nobody wants to speak up about it, I can tell you that many competing industries with us, it's part of the things that now they are requiring. So as Erica and I are contacting schools, we're hearing about other associations, other industries that are coming in every week or coming in every month, and they are actively speaking about just what careers are available. So one of the things that we're going to highly encourage, hopefully all of our members to do, is you got to become more active and more visible in your local colleges, universities, and high schools especially. So they
James,
know. Oh yeah.
It's Lon. Just wanted to say, we don't actually actively speak at any of the colleges or schools or anything like that, but we do through their career development offices. They'll post all of our job openings to their student boards, which has been it's been worked out well for us as far as getting some college students in for the summer months.
That's great. And you're making the effort. Hopefully we can help beef up your efforts and, keep doing that. And if you get an opportunity to speak, hopefully we can just give you a PowerPoint that's pre-made or some materials you can use. But that's wonderful to hear.
Thanks.
Anybody else doing similar stuff, working with the schools actively? Oh, thank you, Lon. I appreciate you jumping in.
All right. So introducing a new generation in careers in rental, which is our student membership. I know James has been talking about this, and it is a wonderful addition that we are now focusing on, which is gaining and talking to students at the local colleges and universities and trade schools. So a perk about becoming a student membership is they're able to get hundreds of hours of education and training programs. I know that James and I have been going inside of the student membership portal and kind of taking the intro to rental courses just to make sure that the information that we are sharing is current and up to date for the industry. There are also resources for rental career opportunities with ARA Rental Works, and the students are able to kind of see exactly what career opportunities is out there for them. They also are able to tap into our job board, which has 4,000 open jobs. It actually has 4,000 plus, okay? So let me just send big ups to the workforce team. So the job portal is very, very, very valuable. Every job posting that we have on there, my job, is to make sure that those local jobs, especially if I'm coming to your city for a hiring event at a school or I'm even tapping into your local chamber of commerce to make sure I am at these hiring events. I'm making sure that those local jobs that you have is being put in the right hands. So my job is to make sure that if I'm there, I'm going to be reaching out to you and I'm going to be asking you what open positions that you have, and I'm able to share it in real time at those current hiring events. Also, with the student membership, they're able to tap into the Young Professional Network. They're able to participate in the ARA social media channels and connect with you guys, our members, and learn these things. And lastly, they're able to get almost $128,000 in scholarship funds. So that's definitely helpful. But our main goal is to make sure that the students know and understand that the rental industry is booming. I want them to kind of know that there is a career in rental. So our main focus is to kind of engage and network with the students and encourage them to participate in this program.
So let me tell you guys, so let me add a little bit about what we're doing with this. So the student memberships were launched this year. And of course, COVID previously kept us out of going out and doing a lot of recruiting and being visible. Well, that's changed. So we'll be attending actual career fairs at both colleges and large training schools like UTIs and some of the different ones. We can come in and we can actually be at these career fairs, actually promote the student memberships, and we're promoting all of the members at once. So our goal here with the student memberships goes back to our original, mission statement. We believe that we can have thousands of student members here in the next couple of years who are all engaged in our Intro to Rental certificate. They're all signed up to be a candidate on the job portal. And then hopefully soon our members will be able to start recruiting students in your markets. So this is a big program for us. In the coming 3 months, we already have scheduled that we'll be at 6 to 9 career fairs around the country that we've already signed up for. And our hope is to keep putting hundreds of students into the program. And it's twofold again. We're going to teach them about careers in rental. It's an amazing Intro to Rental certificate program that they can put on their resume and they can put on their candidate profile so members know that they have taken the Intro to Rental certificate, they're interested in the industry. And then, of course, all the other great stuff that Erica mentioned are just features of the program that we hope they'll take advantage of. But we believe that the student members will enroll they'll become a candidate, they'll take the education, and hopefully someday they'll become a general member when one of our members hire them and they become part of your team. So this is a pretty big program. If you go to the next slide, we just want to show you kind of some of they've got their own login screen when they log in, which takes them directly to some real targeted information. We're trying to drive them to the education, drive them to the job portals. And this is not going to change. These features and these resources that we're giving them are going to only increase. So we get them more and more engaged. Hopefully they'll start looking for jobs. My long-term goal, Erica's long-term goal, is a year from now when we have the next meeting, hopefully we have multi-thousands of students in the program and our members are logging into the job portal to start recruiting potential new employees. So this is a big program for us. You're going to see a lot more information about this coming out. We've got resources that we can send to you to use at your local schools, postcards, signs, banners that have QR codes. The students just scan it and they can immediately sign up. And then the very next step is what Erica and I have been working on this month. This month, we've met with 15 schools and school systems around the country about them in using the Intro to Rental certificate as part of their curriculum. So every student in tech programs, diesel tech programs, construction degrees, or continuing education, we're working with the actual school systems for them to put signs up in their classrooms so students are required to sign up for the student membership and required to take the Intro to Rental curriculum as part of their school curriculum. So that's what we're working on now, securing some of these schools to start using it. We have multiple educators that are auditing the course right now so they can start looking at ways to add it to their existing curriculum for their students. So we're pretty excited about those efforts and we're hoping to be able to report some great success there in the coming months. Well, do we have any questions, Jeff? I saw it blinking. No, okay, good.
We're good.
All right, great. All right, moving on. So Erica just mentioned this. We are going to be coming to your town at one point or another. We're in Chicago next month. We're in Illinois. We're going to Alabama and Houston, and we've got multiple in North Carolina scheduled coming up, in the Northeast as well, and in the far West. When we come to your town to participate in one of these career fairs, our intent is to start including members. So we'll be reaching out to members in the different markets to see if you're available and you want to come be at the table with us. Many of our members are already at a lot of these career fairs, so they're already there. But our intent is to really operate working closely with you guys as we're coming. Same thing when we're presenting. So if we're coming to a town and we're presenting at a school about careers and rental, hopefully we can bring in, a couple equipment members to actually talk about the industry that, and the local jobs. So hopefully all of you on this call will be some of the people who help us lead that program, but we are absolutely going to be working very close with the members in each market that we visit. So you guys are right there next to us, hopefully promoting your own jobs and careers in the industry. So that's something new. So definitely look for calls from Erica and I as we're heading into your markets. All right. Do we have a poll question here?
We do have a poll question. All right. So have you taken advantage of the training assistance with ARA Foundation? So if you have been in talks with the ARA Foundation and talked about scholarships and things like that, click yes. If you haven't, click no. Let's see where we're at right now. Have you taken advantage of the training assistance with ARA Foundation? And while you guys are voting, all right,
flip slides, Jeff, so they can see the foundation slide, please.
All right, so the ARA Foundation. Oh, there we go. No, what? Okay.
Hold on, before you go on, I just let's ask them. Did you guys realize that you can get some of your training of your employees covered through ARA's foundation? I guess the answer is no, since everyone said no. That's the biggest one. And look, I was a member. I was a member of almost 15 years of ARA, and shame on me for not knowing that these amazing programs exist already here at the association. So Erica's already talked about the scholarship program. Every year we have $100,000+ we're trying to give away to students, and we have a hard time finding students. We don't have enough people who apply, which is always amazing to me. And we're going to keep promoting this as much as we can to the members. That's what these calls are about. But the employee training assistance program, you can get 2 people on your team that you can apply to have half of that training covered. And it doesn't have to be ARA training. It could be training you take in your local market. It could be, a forklift training or a CDL training. But our ARA Foundation has a program set up for our members only, where you can submit to have some of those costs covered.
Yes.
Did anyone on this call know that?
So let's see what I have in the chat. Brittany says she kind of knew about this. Abby was not aware. So if anyone knew about the employee training assistance program, and while you guys are kind of tapping into that chat, it is very important to, I spoke about it at the beginning, about my niches, upskilling your current workforce. And that means we are supporting the current staff that you have that is currently working for you. We do know that people stay at jobs when they feel valued, right? And one way the ARA that we want to support you guys is by offering the employee training assistance program, where they feel like you guys are investing in them, where they're able to go take some courses, some classes, where they are able to feel like, if I took this, then I feel valued, and there might be potential that I can transition into something greater or just be happy, right? So I encourage each of you to tap into the foundation, because one thing that I learned during COVID was staff want to feel valued. They want to, and especially now, they have been transitioning now into other roles because the money, right? So one way that I was telling employers is, let's focus on training. Let's train your staff, because once you train them, they will stay. So please, 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 please reach out to me. I will forward you over to Tracy, who is over the foundation. She can talk more about this, but it is very, very important that you have this conversation about the training assistant program for your current staff. Sorry, James, I just had to get that out there.
No, I'm glad you did. And that's what we had hoped. This is probably one of the most underutilized resources we have at the association. And Tracy, who Erica just mentioned, is, really wonderful and committed to these programs. And, everyone hears about the real visible things that we've been working on, like the Toro project around the country, where we've been redoing a lot of these great, like McDonald's houses or children's, community centers. And that's wonderful, and it's really visible. But this program is really in place to assist our members, and it's not only in disaster and bad times. It's also, over to the left side of this screen, how you guys can take advantage of some of these programs, to everything Erica just mentioned, to retain your employees, to help train them up if there's something that a course you want them to take. So we didn't want to gloss over this part of it, because we consider it a big part of workforce development, and it's there for you guys directly. All right, next slide. And so I'm going to bring Jeff back in here, because one of the other things that, as I've been traveling around visiting all the different chapters, I'm finding out is that a lot of members don't realize that we've got a pretty really nice team in place to help you guys find a lot of these resources. And so Jeff, just a quick 30-second overview of your team on the membership team, and how they can help everyone on this call when they call in about a lot of these things.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you can see, we kind of have it broke out into the various regions that are out there. The great thing is, if you call in, we have the phone system set up in such a way where you're going to get the next available person. So you don't have to know what region you're in. You don't need to know who you need to talk to. Anybody on the team will be able to answer your questions, get you in contact, whether it's a direct transfer to Erica, put you in contact with James, but really trying to get everything solved at one time. So the team is very committed to the success of the members. You may get some engagement calls from them. You may get some congratulatory calls, but they're very engaged with the members on a daily basis. So we've got 4 who mainly do that part, which would be Shannon, Nancy, Katie, and Jim. And then we have Mary Larrick, she oversees the event segment. So any specific things around the event world, Mary really is kind of somebody on our team who's been in the industry, who has been, I think, 10 years in an event company, can answer a lot of those one-off questions that maybe one of the other support team members cannot. And then Scott Anselm, similar situation. He was actually an associate member within the ARA, and we were able to bring him on to the team and membership, and he really helps out with the equipment side. So we've got a pretty strong team of people. Never hesitate to reach out to any one of us. Like I said, anybody will be able to help you guys out.
So, that's great. And thank you, Jeff. And I can tell you guys, I came here to the association a couple years ago, and it's very rare to find a team this focused on helping others. I mean, I'm surprised every day at the lengths they go to make sure you guys are able to access all the resources and benefits with your membership. So I know today we're talking specifically about the workforce development, programs we're working on, but anything you need, these folks are amazing to go to, and you should really be on speed dial with them when you need stuff. So before we go to the next slide, which is just our contact info, can you scroll back to that sheet, which is we're going to send out to everyone after, please?
Yep.
So as we mentioned, we talked about a lot of stuff today, and these are all different programs that hopefully you can take advantage of. Do I expect you to take advantage of all of them? I would love you to, but we really want to work with you wherever you find there's value. So whether it's the job portal and placing your ads there to try to get greater, viewing of them, wonderful. If it's going to using the resources on the ARA Rental Works site or on the ARA normal main site, whether it's the job descriptions or the different training documents and different information documents we have, that's fantastic as well. Again, the goal here is to give you guys multiple resources that you get your hands on at a moment's notice. What's not on here is obviously the rental recruitment pack that'll be available starting in July. And then of course the new student memberships, which is a whole new program for us. But if you're working with students in your region, whether they're interning or you just have kids that know other kids, we'd love to get them into the student membership program so they can start taking all the free education and advantage of the programs that are already there. Any questions on any of this stuff that we discussed today?
Right, now it's your turn to talk. Let me hear some questions. Any questions? Any comments?
I'm looking at the chat box, see if we missed anything.
It's a quiet room. Any questions or comments?
So on the screen there is just our contact information. And again, you're going to get an email from Erica here after the meeting, which will, good, we got a question. Hold on a sec here. Where do we access the links for the job portal? So if you go to the website, Kimberly, great question. She asked, where do we access the links for the job portal and employee training? So if you go to the ARA website, ararental.org, at the very top in red, it says job portal. It's the only link in red. And then the employee training, yep, the printable collateral, Rachel, once we launch that, we will send an email out to everyone that it's available, but it'll be in the same place. It'll be on ararental.org under resources, workforce development.
Hello. Okay, thanks.
This is great. Whether you put the question in the
How are you?
chat or just speak up, that's
I
great.
have my door shut and and you're not even on.
Somebody's on a mute.
Yep, I got it.
All right, cool.
All right, we have another chat comment. James.
I'm new to the rental business. I've been with my company about a month. I absolutely love the resources ARA has to offer. It'll guide me through my career. Well, thank you, Brianna, wherever you are on this sheet of all these people.
Thank you.
But more importantly, you're the perfect example. You're a member. So if you get stuck trying to find something we talk about today, or there's something else you're looking for, we encourage you to reach out anytime. We're all reachable, directly, which is the goal. That's a good comment, Brianna. Any other comments? We'll wait it out till somebody asks a question. Corrado, you got anything?
Nope. I'm blown away by all the knowledge as usual.
Well, we want to be respectful for your time, which is why we tried to time this to, an hour or
Oh,
less.
wait, James. So did we mention, we did not mention them yet. So we did not mention the Women in Rental group. We do know that that is one of our initiative groups here. And I just joined the Women in Rental group on Facebook. So whoop, whoop. I will be trying to work very closely with the group and talking about workforce efforts. So Brittany, that is a good question. So, but it was not in these slides here. Sorry.
Okay, I just wanted to bring it up because I mean, even these young kids need to know that it's not, there is women in it. And since I'm on
Yes.
the committee, I should probably put the plug in.
I don't blame you. I do not blame you. I am very, once you guys get to know me and the newness of all of this rolls over me, I am very hands-on, very vocal. I would like to be into all of this, the groups, the Women in Rental, the young professionals, focusing on workforce, because I would like to be your workforce champion wherever I am. I want to be that champion. I believe in meeting people where they are, which is why I want to be hands-on at these hiring events. I want to be hands-on with the students. I want to make sure that I am your champion. That's why I'm here. I want to bring workforce to them on their level. So Brittany, you will be seeing me a little bit more, especially in Women in Rental. Whoop, whoop. So thanks for bringing that out. Thank you.
Jeff, do me a favor. I just unhit a slide that's go back one. Lanice, you just asked a question. You may need to reshare again. I apologize. But we'll send you, so all these groups that are coming up here that weren't in the presentation, when we send the email out, we'll send you links directly to them, like the Young Professional, like the Women in Rental group. We had a slide here, but we didn't include it just because of time, and we're gonna send it out with it. But there's a lot of networking opportunities where you can be asking questions about your workforce efforts. You can be asking questions about the things that you're working on. So hopefully we'll be able to get you more involved in those groups as well as your local state chapters. I think Jeff's not sharing anymore. Let's see. Jeff, can you see that slide or no?
I'm pulling it up here.
Great. Just since it was a good question, we can bring it up.
No, this is really good questions. Keep them coming, you guys. Keep them coming.
But we'll send you the links. I mean, if Jeff can't get it, because I brought it into the
It was at
presentation, which makes it hard. Any other questions before we wrap this up? Oh, look, Jeff's trying to make it happen.
There we
So
go.
Oh, there it is.
These are just some of the networking opportunities that you guys have available, and not just workforce development issues, but just opportunities to interact with other owners, other business operators, both on the equipment and the event side. We highly encourage you to be involved in all of these, but we also understand that your time is limited. So the goal here is to find where you can get the biggest, bang for your buck, the best use of your time, as you guys are working hard to gain knowledge, gain resources, gain connections. So these will all be, every one of these will be in the email we send out to everyone. We'll send you links to every one of these. Any other questions before we let you get on with your day and hopefully your holiday weekend?
Well, how about this? You guys, use one of your reactions. How many of you guys would like me to contact them and reach them about your 5 free job postings? I have 3 people right now. Any more people want me to contact them? Let's see. Show of hands, show of hands. Put it in the chat. Yes, no, maybe so. No?
We'll send this
Oh,
out.
there we go. There we go. I seen 1 thumbs up. Thanks, Shelby.
Lenise put her thumb up as well. Rachel put her.
Thank you, Lenise. Rachel, all right, Rachel, I got you.
And we'll reach out to all of you guys shortly after this, and of course, next week. We got Sarah as well.
Sarah, thank you, Sarah.
Well, thank you guys all. We really appreciate you guys taking time. We love doing these lunch and learns and having this many members log on so we can try to share some of the things that we're doing.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you all.